Hey gang, thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Tech Talk. I'm Jason Dubray, your host. Today we're going to be going over a phone call on a Statim 5000 G4. And there was a couple issues going on with this one. First and foremost, there was a little bit of water dripping out of the unit. And secondary to that, it actually wouldn't complete a cycle. It was saying low water. So what we're going to do here is we're going to bring on technician Ron. Ron, how are you today?
I'm good.
Glad to have you on the show. Appreciate you. Ron's been on a few times, one of our best technicians. So Ron, I'm going to have you go through a couple things, obviously, the water dripping and then the not completing a cycle with a low water.
Okay, so we're going to address the water leaking issue. She had water leaking. It was like right under right in the center toward the back, indication of a cassette seal leaking or something leaking in your chamber here. Okay, so I knew they had a new cassette seal. I knew that wasn't the issue. We installed it. I knew it was installed correctly. In the end, we were talking with her when they were putting their cassette in. Always nice and easy to feel that resistance and just kind of snap it in. They just were not snapping it in all the way. Okay, so sometimes what happens, when you're putting that in, you hear that click from the solenoid. They think they're done. So they don't go in that full distance there. And it does not line up with the nozzles back here, so you're going to get some leaking there. And it's going to drain under your machine. So just make sure it's just fully inserted in there. Okay, so she had an issue that it was telling her low water. Now, we did a video chat. She had plenty of water in there. We talked about her water quality. That was not an issue. So I asked her if she has a float in there. She does not. Now, most G4s will have a float, some will not. Obviously, this one does not have a float. So we went through the service menu with her, the passwords. For some reason, her machine was set to float. There's no float in there. There was nothing for her to recognize. So using the keypad, we had her go back in, set it to the sensor here. She was good to go. We're not sure what happened, software glitch, something like that. Not sure why it was set to float. It does happen. Okay, so we're going to show you what a float looks like. Right here, it just rides up and down with your water level. So earlier I was asking her, maybe your float's stuck. It's just not going up or down. It was giving a bad reading. When we had her look in her reservoir, there was no float there. So we knew what the issue was. So if you do have a float, it's going to sit right beside your water sensor.
Ron, that's pretty amazing. This is one of those very fortunate calls where you were able to solve it over the phone, and it's a free service. So that's really exciting when we can get a customer in and take care of them over the phone, save them an office visit and a bunch of money. Ron, kudos. You're always doing a great job. We appreciate you joining the show. Thank you.